Hi there, back with another video review, and here we have the 1/18 scale Ferrari F355 made by UT Models. So it's been a while since I last uploaded a video reviewing a 1/18 scale model, so here it is. And well, without wasting any more time, let's just start the review from the side. So taking a look at the side profile of this Ferrari F355, I think UT Models has actually done a pretty good work with the bodywork. I mean, in terms of the shut lines, there is not a huge gap in between the door and the body, as well as the hood and the rear trunk, which I will show later on in this review. So let's just bring this model closer. So well, I do want to point out that the signal light over here on this body at the side over here is well, it actually has that 3D effect to it, as in it's bulging outwards, and what they've done is actually painted that bulge with an orange paint. So I like this kind of effect because it actually makes it look realistic. And then moving on to the door panels. Well, I'm not sure if this is how it looks like with the real car, but the door handle only has this small black button over here. Oh, and I also want to show you guys some. Well, it's actually a pretty cool feature on the door. Well, as you can see, when I open the door up, it actually has a hole to it here. And when you close it back in, that's where I believe this is where the vents are supposed to go through to cool down the engine. But the black panel, this part over here, the vent, is actually just a, well, it looks like a sticker. It's just a blank sticker. Does not have any mesh, well, any effect to make it look like a mesh or grill. And then right over here, you've got the fuel cap. The marking is just okay. I wouldn't say that it's, well, the indentation is sharp. And well, right beneath, right over here, well, I can't really decipher what it says because it's really tiny. I mean, even if I were to bring it closer, up close to the camera, I still can't really read what it says. Okay, so now let's move on to the front profile. So looking here, I think the bodywork for the front, especially the bumper right over here, it's just okay. For the front grills over here, it's just a plastic mesh, as in there are no holes to it, so it doesn't go all the way through. But nice touch with the Ferrari logo over here. It has that 3D effect and a nice chrome plate on it. Also pretty good job with the lamps at the bumpers. Sorry, at the bumper. Get some nice texturing on this side. Now, with regards to the hood or the front bonnet, there's actually supposed to be a Ferrari badge over here, but I think that was a sticker. But as my dad was polishing the model, it sort of came off. So yeah, pretty bummed. And well, unfortunately, with the headlamp over here, it's a solid piece which is molded along with the front bonnet, so you can't open this, and also the front bonnet, you can't open it as well. So pretty disappointed with that. Anyway, moving onto the other side of the car. So it's well, it's the same with the other side, so no complaints here. And let's move on to the back. So on the well, on the rear of the car, actually I would like to point out that the grills over here, although it's just a plastic mesh, I think the texturing actually looks pretty cool. And then right over here on the right hand side, you can see that they have put the F355 Berlinetta marking. Again, the Ferrari logo over here has that 3D effect and quite a nice chrome plate on it. Although on this side, on the back, it's sort of fading. Yeah. In terms of the tail lamps, no complaints really. I think the work done is pretty good. And I mean, a plus point is that there is no visible pegs. And then moving on to the exhaust. Quite some nice work done on it as well. And now let's move on to the wheels. So the wheels do spin very smoothly, and well, the brake disc inside actually moves along with the wheels, so that's pretty good. Although I think it's pretty obvious that the brake calipers are missing. And it's the same thing with the front wheels. And you can turn the front wheels left and right. And now let's move on to the opening features. So well, as I've mentioned earlier on, you can't open the front bonnet. Fortunately, you can open the doors. So let's take a look inside. Well, I do want to apologize that for the I mean, it just looks pretty dirty inside. I didn't have time to clean the interior of the model, but I mean, just take a look at the interior, especially the dashboard. So the steering wheel works, and well, I think the dials and the buttons inside are just stickers. So let's take a look at the interior from another angle. And another opening feature is the trunk. So you can lift the trunk up. Before I do that, I just want to point out that well, there's a hole over here, which is actually nice because it goes all the way through to the engine. So yeah, at the back it's the engine bay. So let's take a look at the details. Well, honestly speaking, it just looks a bit plasticky, and well, feels plasticky. Well, not just the engine bay, even the trunk. I mean, this part here is not die cast, it's metal. Sorry, it's plastic, so it feels very flimsy. So again, a bit disappointed with that. But on a positive note, the Ferrari badge over here, well, similar to the logos on the front and the back, it actually has that 3D effect to it, and has that chrome plating effect. Also, with the grills, I forgot to mention, with these grills over here, it actually goes all the way through, so that's nice. So let's move on to the base. And here is the top profile. So overall, I think well, I wouldn't go as far as to say that this model is a very good model. I would say that this is pretty standard or basic. Well, I don't know how much my dad paid for this model, but I would think that it would be, well, I mean, in terms of the quality, I would think that it would be more along the lines of a Maisto product. Yeah, so that's not to say that this is a very good model indeed, but in terms of the visuals, I mean, if you're just you know, eager to put this model on display, I'd say yeah, that's all right. Well, I guess that's all for now. Thanks for watching.